I'll wait. What's going on, everybody? Got the crazy dog back for another video. And the Browns lost again. You know, I really expected us to win this game. I thought this was a winnable game. A lot of people said it was a winnable game. You know, I thought maybe if we got after Mariota, maybe if we got our running game going, which our running game has not been going at all the past 2 weeks. I think we have like 50 combined yards the past 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But it is just ugly, man. I mean, we could have had 4 wins if we, executed and if our defense, stood up at crucial times. We could have easily 4 wins. But it's funny. This team finds a new way to lose every week. Now, I understand this is a rebuilding year. A lot of people got to understand that. This team is not going to make the Super Bowl. We're not making the playoffs. I mean, you might as well say this is an expansion team. The expansion Browns. This is like a flashback to 1999. A lot of young guys. We don't really have too many veterans on this squad. Now, as I did question the fact that we did get rid of a lot of the veterans, but I understand what they're trying to do as I'm watching soccer right now. But I mean, looking at this Titans squad, you guys got something going on over there. Mariota, DeMarco Murray, that dude. I am very surprised the Browns were able to hold him up as well as we did. I was expecting him to have over 200 yards rushing, but he didn't really have that great of a game. Mariota did it all with his arm and his legs. First play of the game, he had a 41-yard run. Yeah, 41-yard run. Oh, it's just a 41-yard run by Marcus Mariota. I mean, I have him on my fantasy team, so, that's really one of the only positive things that came out of this game. The fact that I got Mariota on this fantasy team. A lot of people said, why would you play him against your own team? Well, it's because of the fact that I knew my defense was going to give up points to him. Not to mention, last week he went for 30 points. This week I think he went for 27. So the dude can score points. I really like Mariota, Now I see why Chip Kelly was desperately trying to pull out all the stops to get this kid. Titans fans, Kev's point of view, you guys got a great team down there. A few more pieces and you guys could be a legit threat for the AFC South with the way that division is looking right now. The Texans are good, but they're barely any better than the Colts and the Jaguars. Oh my God, dude. I remember when everyone was saying, yeah, the Jags are that underdog team. Well, I don't know about that. They're not looking so good right now. Yes, they did win, but they beat the Bears. The Bears by 1 point. Oh my God. But, yeah, looking at this game, we had a few chances, especially at the end. I got to give credit to the Browns for making it, a good game. I actually legit thought this team was just going to pack it up when we were down by 15 and just play to get the game over with. But no, they fought and they tried to come back and they almost did. I see what they were doing at the end, going for 2 after you score to make this to be down by 9. I see what they were trying to do. I know Hugh Jackson. I know what he was trying to do. He was because if he would have gotten the 2, we'd be down by 7. Then you get the onside kick, which we did. We got the onside kick. Go down, score again, which we did. Now, if we had made the 2-point conversion there, we'd be tied. But knowing Hugh Jackson, he'd be like, you know what? Screw the extra point. Let's go for 2 again and win by 1 point. Now, who's to say the Titans wouldn't go down the field and kick a game-winning field goal? I mean, they probably would do that, but who knows? Well, we never know now because it didn't happen. So, Browns now at 0-6. Granted, they're playing like a team that is not winless. They're not playing, they're not sulky. They're not just being dumb. They're trying, and they just have some bad luck. Of course, the penalties didn't really help either. I think we had 10 penalties today. Most of them were holding, false starts. I think we had an offsides, block in the back. They were all over the place with the penalties. But, there was one player who I am really impressed with, and that is Terrell Pryor. Not a lot of people gave him any chance to be a receiver, and this dude is going out there and balling like a boss. That dude has got some potential. Now, get us a legit first-string quarterback, because Kessler is more of a backup. He's not a starter, because he doesn't have the arm strength to throw deep bombs that you might need to win a game, like an Aaron Rodgers, or a Eli Manning, per se. Now, if RG3 was healthy, who knows what our record would be. Hopefully we'll be getting Corey Coleman back soon. I expect maybe next week or the week after, for sure. But we need him. We really need Corey back. This is getting ridiculous watching Ricardo Lewis try and fail. He's a decent receiver, but he just needs to learn how to catch the ball. He had 2 or 3 catches that would have been really, really clutch that he dropped. But, it all starts with the running game. That was our strength, and teams have keyed in on it, made it harder for us to run the ball, and it's showing because they are stacking the box, not letting Crowell go anywhere. We only scored a touchdown running the ball because we were legit on the 1-yard line. I think we only had like 20 or 30 some yards rushing in this game. People think, oh, your team sucks, dude. I know we suck. But you know what's scary about it? When this team actually finds its identity and gets a few more pieces, maybe adds a little bit more to the offensive line, maybe fix the secondary up, we'll be nasty because we got some good pieces. Carl Nassib, Emmanuel Agba, Danny Shelton. Yes, Danny Shelton, because he's actually looking a lot better this year than he did last year. Corey Coleman. I was going to say Josh Gordon, but he's in rehab. He probably ain't coming back. But Gary Barnage, Crowell, Johnson. Who else? Joe Thomas. Yeah, we ain't getting rid of Joe Thomas. People say, oh, you should trade him. No, I don't think he doesn't want to be traded. He wants to stay here for the long haul. Even if we never win a playoff game, he will stay here for the long haul. But, maybe we can rack on, maybe we can steal a win somewhere. Watch us win next week against the Bengals. That would be the most Cleveland Browns thing to do. Win against your biggest rival. Now, a lot of people would say, the Steelers are our rival, but the Bengals are our in-state rival. And the way I see it, in-state rivals are always bigger because you share a state with that team. Not to mention, the Bengals were founded by our founder. Paul Brown founded the Bengals after he was fired from the Browns. So that's why I truly think the Bengals are our biggest rival, although the Steelers are right up there too. Actually, if you really think about it, the Ravens and the Bengals are both even a team because of the Browns. If the Browns don't fire Paul Brown, are the Bengals even a team right now? And if the Browns don't move to Baltimore, who's to say the Ravens won't even exist? But you know what? Yeah, the Browns fired Paul Brown. He went to Cincinnati, formed the Bengals, and then, of course, the Browns moved to Baltimore to form the Ravens. And that is history, and we have to deal with it. So, of course, I will have my hate week for the Bungles coming up probably on Tuesday. And be on the lookout for that one, because that one is going to be good. And of course, lucky me, I get to go against Dashy. Unicorn Boy. Woohoo! I get to go against Dashy. You know what sucks about the Bengals fan base? The fan base is literally nothing without A-Train. Like, you know, Ricky Tane, if you watch this video, man, go hard after these bungles, man. We're going to rip these guys apart, I think, in terms of trash talk. And it would make my day so much better if the Browns go and beat the Bungles. I don't know if it's home or away. I will look that up. But, yeah, it would make my day so much better if we beat the Bungles. But who knows what will happen. But for right now, you know, I'm going to absorb this Titans loss, which could have gone, you know, could have gone either way. You know, if we make the 2-point conversion, be down by 7 points, go down and score again, tie the game, possibly win the game by 1 point, but we didn't do that. So, yeah, Titans fans, you guys got a good team forming, you know. Just give it a few years and you guys will be the powerhouse of the AFC South like you guys used to be when you had McNair. You know, I remember that. McNair and Mason and Eddie George. Oh, my God, dude. Fun fact, I used to have an Eddie George jersey hanging up in my room, but I took it somewhere. Yeah. Eddie George Titans jersey that my parents got me because he's from Ohio State. And I rep anyone from Ohio State. You know that. No matter what team they're on, if you went to Ohio State, I rep you. That's the way I am because I'm a diehard Ohio State fan. By the way, Ohio State, man, way to come out with a W in Wisconsin. Had me at the edge of my seat, but I'm glad we got the win. So anyways, hopefully next time I talk to you guys, or next time I do a game review, hopefully the Indians are in the World Series. So, yeah, shout out to Kev's Point of View and any other Titans fans on YouTube. I think Kevin might be the only one in the TTC. There might be another one. I'm not too sure. But, shout out to all you Titans fans. You guys got a pretty good team forming. Your future looks bright. You know, Mariota's a boss. You know, he's getting me a lot of fantasy points. You know, but, yeah. So anyways, I'm Crazy Dog. Go Browns. Hopefully we can get a win next week against the Bungles. So, I'm out. Go Browns.